Why do doctors usually say there might be some pressure or discomfort before doing something that's going to hurt real bad? They want you calm. I had a procedure that was just maybe a little discomfort. I shook, sweated like I had run a marathon, and then threw up. They lie. I think the power of suggestion helps. My first baby tore me wide open during birth. When my midwife saw baby coming out, she described the sensation that I would feel, and it was exactly as she explained. She said I would feel a burning sensation, and said that I needed to push through it to get my baby out. I later learned that this was everything from my cervix through my vaginal canal to my rectum being torn open. In that moment, if she hadn't said anything, I might have blacked out from the pain, not knowing what was happening or why, or if she had said you will feel sharp tearing, I probably would have stopped pushing, and they would have had to go in and pull the baby out. When I was a kid, the dentist told me you're going to feel a pinch. For years I thought, why is this for always pinching me, and what does that do to help my teeth? Wasn't until years later when I saw him pick up that scary ass syringe that I figured things out. Pretty slow kid, I guess. To warn you that something is about to happen so you can anticipate it, but never tell you how bad. You can't blame them that way because they did warn you to expect something. Different people have different levels of pain tolerance. What might feel like pressure to one could feel crushing to another. People's pain tolerance varies a lot. Usually the doctor's description matches up pretty well with what I feel, except when I had an IUD put in. That really hurt. I almost passed out while he was adjusting it. When they said I was free to leave, I was totally bewildered because I couldn't walk yet. I had friends with me and they got me home. I don't really remember much about the next 2 days except periodically waking up in pain. TBH, I've always suspected he put in wrong. IUDs are not supposed to be that painful. Honestly, it's all a mind game to keep us from panicking. Prime example is slight pinch, yeah right. I had a short synecdoche test once, which involves them injecting a very acidic substance into the arm. The doctor straight up told me it's going to be the most painful thing I have ever and will ever experience. But it will only last a few seconds. He definitely didn't under or overstate it. Like I have chronic pain, and it definitely fit his description. I did appreciate that he didn't understate it too, was good to be aware. Because it will hurt worse if you tense up first. Every time they told me that I felt barely something or nothing. I think everyone have different pain thresholds. And if you are going indeed to feel a lot of pain, they don't want you to panic, I guess. Because they think it will keep you calmer. Because they can't say, this is going to hurt like a motherfucker. Lol, imagine if the doctor said this is gonna hurt a ton and you're gonna cry or squirm in pain before giving you a vasectomy. I've asked my dad who works in medicine, and he says that they have to give the patient a chance to brace themselves, but people aren't going to let us do our job if we say this is going to sting like a motherfucker. Sit still. Words like sharp, pain, or needle can trigger anxiety and stress, which leads to an increase in pain. Doctors aren't exactly lying, just using euphemisms to keep you calm in order to reduce your pain. I like when the dentist refers to shooting stabbing nerve pain as sensitivity. So you brace, but not brace too much. Warning you without being alarming. I had to have a cortisone injection into my heel for plantar fasciitis. The doctor said this is going to hurt a lot and gave me something to bite on. I needed it. The worst is, y'all experience some cramping for an IUD.